What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in.
At this point, I think the Lakers are just pretty much done with Russell Westbrook. I think they'll do anything to get rid of Westbrook. I think they'll do pretty much. I think they're trying every avenue, every boulevard, every curve, every court, every situation they could think of. They're trying to figure out a way to get rid of this guy. Or they're basically trying to let this guy know, which of course he already does know, that they don't want him around. I mean, all these reports, coming out. First is the Kyrie thing. The Lakers had enough issues during the regular season, with the team, the chemistry and everything like that. It bothers me because, if the Lakers want to get rid of this guy, it's definitely understood, but they're just making it too damn obvious to me, because my point is this. What if nobody trades for Russell Westbrook? What if you have to go into next season and play with this guy one more time? And all these reports coming out, all these things coming out, all these so-called proposals and trades and, all these other things, it's not going to make Russ play any better. It's not going to make Russ feel any better. It's not going to make Russ want to be, go all out for this team and play at the level that he once could, even if he still has some of that left. It's just going to cause more rift in the locker room. It's going to cause, more tension in the locker room and more distance. And I've said before, you don't want players in a locker room that's disgruntled, because if that's the case, the team is never going to reach its higher heights. The team is never going to reach, that level of championship. I'm saying that they're not going to reach that, because it's too much, dissension in the locker room, and it's too much he say, she say, and it's too much, non-chemistry. And this is what I'm saying. The Lakers already went through enough of that last year. I don't feel like all these reports and all these inside hidden messages and all this other stuff should be said, about Russell Westbrook. If you're going to get rid of him, do it as quietly as possible. I understand that, of course, reports are going to come out, things are going to come out, but a lot of this stuff is getting leaked, from the Lakers camp, from the Lakers side. You see what I'm saying? So some of this stuff the Lakers can control. They don't have to have all these proposals and all these hidden messages and all these things, put out there. They don't have to do all that. I feel like they're just trying to slap Russ in the face, and it's really not right. I understand Russell Westbrook didn't play the way they wanted him to. He's not a fit. I understand all that, but I mean, the guy is a top 75 player. He has, earned his stripes in the league as being a top player in the league at one point, and he's not a scrub player at all. Russ is a superstar, in a lot of people's eyes. So I don't get the notion of what the Lakers are trying to do. And then you see reports about, LeBron is completely done with Russell Westbrook and all these other things. I mean, who really knows all this stuff? I mean, because all this stuff is really being put out there. But I mean, it's been put out there a while, ever since back last year, that, backtrack of last year, that they didn't want Russell Westbrook, or they wanted somebody else, or they made a mistake, or however you want to put it. But my thing is, you don't know whether you got to play with this guy in the beginning of the season. And the way it looks right now, it looks like Russ is going to be there at the start of this season. And, with all this, rigmarole and BS and all this stuff put out there, you don't want a player coming in the locker room, as I said, disgruntled or not, appealing to everybody there because of how he feels. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to make, the Lakers' life worse than probably what it was last year. I mean, you want to go into this next season with a new mindset, new attitude, everybody be on the same page as much as possible, and, ride with who you got. Whoever's on the roster, that's who you go with. And it's like the Lakers, are just trying to find every excuse, every way, every situation to put the message out there that they don't want Russell Westbrook. The message has been out there. You don't need to keep reiterating it. You don't need to have all these leaks and, different words and different messages from the, the front office up top and everything. You don't need all this stuff. You need to just build as much as you can and see what you can do. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, I feel like Russ is going to be there next year. I feel like he's going to be there at the start of this upcoming season. And if that's the case, like I said, it's bad enough you don't want the guy, but you don't have to go to this extent. I feel like the Lakers are doing and all these other type things and, trying to get Buddy Hield now for Russell Westbrook when they had opportunity to get him before. Then they tried to trade him for Kyrie Irving. Now they're trying to, there's reports about just letting him walk. You see what I'm saying? It's like all these things that just keep coming about or, trying to get rid of Russ and everything like that. I mean, if you didn't want the man, you knew how the man played. It's quite obvious. The man been playing basketball for like the last 14 years. You know how he play. Everybody knows how he play. He can get up, he can put up stats. He can do a lot of things. But one thing he can't do is, play championship level basketball. That's just not him. He's not a leader in that type way. He's never been that. He went to one finals because he had Kevin Durant and James Harden coming off the bench. You see what I'm saying? Everybody knows that. Ever since then, he hasn't got past the second round, I think, with any team he's been with, whether it's the Wizards, OKC, or let's see, Houston. Hell, now you can say the Lakers. They ain't even make the playoffs. So, this is all evident. Everybody knows Russell's, background, know how he plays. So if you didn't want the guy, don't make it seem like, you don't want him so bad now. If you didn't want him, you should have never picked him up. You should have got Buddy Hield in the beginning. It's just a bunch of back and forth. And it's like the Lakers are just, going around in circles and winning. And it seems like they're just not going to win anytime soon. So, but we'll see how it all pans out and how it all flourishes. But it just doesn't look like a good sign if they do decide to keep Russ or, whatever the case may be, because I just don't think he's happy with what he sees, and I wouldn't be either. But on that note, like I said, we'll have to see what they can do for him or, trade him to somebody else if that's possible and just go from there. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.